Here you are. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see. Man, one. I apologize, everyone. Obviously, my county didn't tell me we only had a 30-minute Zoom only. So we'll try this again and do it very quickly. If I can admit everybody. And the good thing is that all this will be recorded. If some did jump off and can't get back on, they will have this in the announcement section. So, all right. Let's get Miss Nancy hopped on. All right. Admit all. Okay, I'm going to keep the chat open so I can see and admit someone in if I need to, but we'll continue quickly. All right. Like I said, hopefully this is recording and we can make sure it all. All right. Everyone will be in. I was looking for Miss Nancy to make sure she gets on. All right, admit all. All right, can we have share the same mentor with a peer? You can, as long as that gifted mentor teacher agrees. She has to make sure that she has time to be able to do it for more than one person. All right, so yes. And how do we determine which cohort we're in so that we join the correct Remind group? I think Miss Jana Bean Blossom was going to double check the cohorts that are online in Canvas. You should be in a group that's called either Nancy or either Danielle, all right, which is myself. So make sure whichever one you're in, we will do that and make sure that those are correct. And if not, we'll double check and make sure that's right within the week. Okay, that'll be fine. All right. If we don't see you in that, we'll contact you by email and make sure you're in the right one. Okay. All right. Let me admit 7 more people in the waiting room real quick. Admit all. All right. Admit. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen one more time again. And hold on. All right. And we were going to the module. All right. And we were on module 4 before going through the literature review. So quickly, let me do module 5, which is a classroom video and response. Okay. As you will see, it says provide a 2 to 5 minute video of your classroom, which you teach gifted students, or if you don't, this video should showcase any student or students who you feel exude the gifted characteristics as described in your textbook. And a lot of that you'll be covering in chapters 1 and 2 in the textbook. So we want a written one-page description of these characteristics, and it should be uploaded here in written form to coincide with the video. Make sure to look at the exceptions, the expectations, if I can read, on the rubric. You must have a parental permission form signed for any student present in the video. Okay, so make sure that that is done. Let me get these people real quick because I'm the one doing? Now my admit button has disappeared. I'm hoping they're getting in. If not, we'll have this recorded for everyone. All right, let me quickly keep going here. All right. Um, but you must have parental permission signed by any student, and we actually give that permission form here for you to print out, give it to your students, have them go home and sign it in case that they happen to be in your video that you share. All right, and you'll share it here as the upload, as along with your description or your one-page description of those characteristics that you see happening in your item. And part of this is actually your field experience log that I'll talk about in a few moments too. You'll notice that there are rubrics for each assignment. As you're going through the modules, please reference them here. Look at the criteria and the point values, what we're looking for each section. Okay, if it's not quite that needed length, we're going to go down in the point values. So make sure that you have that needed length. All right, and that was number 5. All right, now going to module 6 is the subpopulation research assignment. This subpopulation research assignment is divided into sections. And what you'll need to do is you'll read chapters 12 through 15 in your textbook. There are 3 chapters to read. And you'll study the following subpopulations. You'll choose from below 3 of them that interest you the most. All right, 3 of these selections that are underlined here, whichever ones you'd like to choose, that is up to you. You may use different resources if needed to help you research these topics, but after researching, your task will be to make a Venn diagram of the 3 different subpopulations that you choose and comparing and contrasting them. All right, so that Venn diagram must be completed and uploaded here. All right. Going back to module number 7, right? Module number 7 is creative argument. All right, this actually is another article that we have given you here. It says, read and reflect on the article, The Misunderstood Face of Giftedness, that is linked below. You're to write a 1-paragraph argument on why you agree or disagree with this article. Secondly, you will creatively draw a visual, which is basically a gifted strategy, all right, of what this article means to you. All right, so you have to draw with your hands, draw what that article means to you. All right, and what does it represent? So upload both items of the task in one PDF. And we actually ask you to do that in one PDF. Many times there are copy machines at the schools that you may have. If you would print out everything that you need as part of a PDF, then what you would need to do is, I was trying to admit some people in. What you would need to do is to copy them through and make it a PDF from your copier and email it to yourself. Lots of copiers nowadays will do that. If you have a scanner or a scan machine at your school, you can certainly scan it as one document altogether. Miss Nancy Slocum actually mentioned to me there was one called Genius Scan. That's a free app that also will scan documents if needed. Altogether, make them one PDF so that you can share that PDF here as your assignment. Okay. Let me see. I think a couple people are still trying to get in, but in my chat, for some reason, I do not have an admit button. For some reason, it has disappeared on me. All right. Let's see. Not sure what that's doing. Okay. All right. But this will be recorded. No worries. All right. Now let's go into module number 8 and gifted student interview and field experience observations. The gifted student interview, this is basically talking about positive and negative characteristics, which our whole course 1 is about characteristics of the gifted. All right. I want you to go back to chapter 2 of your textbook here and formulate 20 questions of your own and use these questions to interview a child who has been identified as gifted in or out of the classroom possibly. Write a 1-paragraph reflection that includes your personal thoughts and insights in response to the questions discussed during the interview. Leave off the child's name, but give the age and the grade level of the child. And the purpose of this task is for you to see if the child you're interviewing has those gifted characteristics or traits that are discussed in Chapter 2. So make sure that your questions that you ask come from those characteristics that you find in the chapter. Right? So make sure you have permission, that permission form on file for your classroom that's signed by a parent for this interview as well. And there's an interview permission form here that you may use. All right, and there is your rubric as well for that. All right, and that was the first section, I believe, in Module 8. So 8.2 is the field experience log. And the field experience log, you must observe 2 gifted classes and report findings. So make sure that your principals are aware that you need to go and observe 2 gifted classrooms and make that time happen. You can go during your planning period or set it up with your principal, however, which way you'd like to do. But we do have field experience observation times that must be completed. You're to do 2 different ones. Write 1 paragraph for each class observation that includes information based on the 4 topics below. And in this same paragraph, state the characteristics of the gifted classroom or any gifted characteristics observed. And submit the paragraphs to your mentor and principal for their signature on the field experience log. And you will only upload the field experience log by your mentor and principal here. All right. And the field experience log does look like what we showed you before in the handbook. All right, and this is it. All right, so as you will see that there are little blanks here for your mentor's initials as well as your principal's initials. So we have made that as a change this year. Your mentor and your principal needs to make sure they initial this before you upload it. You'll upload this whole column for course 1 will be complete with initials, and you'll upload this. Then you'll use the same piece of paper with the initials in course 2 and upload it in course 2 complete. And then at the very end in course 3 will be complete. Okay? And make sure that all of those signatures are present. All right, and last but not least, this is when Miss Nancy, I think I received a message that says she cannot get into it, the new one, but it might be because this admit button is not appearing for me anymore on my chat. But anyway, we'll continue the last one. And here's the good thing is that Miss Nancy and I may do a video that will cover a couple of other things too if we can't, if Miss Nancy needs to cover a few things. What we'll do at the very end, we'll do a video and then we'll put it on the announcement section for everyone to see as well. Okay, so no worries. We're here to answer any of your questions on any of these assignments too. All right. Before we get to the key assessment, let me do 9.2, which is the technology toolbox. This is an assignment that is to be uploaded. It's 50 points, as you can see here in the rubric, is 50 points worth, and the field experience log is 50 points worth. All right. The technology toolbox is basically using that technology that we're using right now today. We've given you 3 examples. You can certainly use these 3 as 3 of your 20, but you're to complete this this chart with items that you may use in your classroom or that gain any kind of experience with gifted students, and make sure you upload it there. All right, it says that this is a document from course 1 that you're now adding 10 new strategies or websites that you've encountered either through course 1 or through your classroom that you're interacting with your students as well. And hopefully you have some gifted students this year. All right, now going back to the last item, which is the most important one, is 25% of your grade. I'm going to go ahead and cover the final exam. The final exam or the key assessment here is a digital presentation that you create. All right. It says it'll be considered your final exam for this. So we don't necessarily have an in-person exam for course 1. It is uploaded online. The only in-person exam we'll have is at the end of course 3 in May. Okay. This will be uploaded. It should be a combination of what all you've learned in course 1 about the gifted characteristics and any information from articles or whatever it may have been throughout other assignments. So make sure that information is included in your digital presentation somewhere. You're to submit the following: the presentation itself, there'll be a narrative that you have to give, a handout will need to be produced because you're going to be presenting this to at your school, and your mentor principal rubric will need to be printed and have them grade it and then upload it as part of the PDF as well. As you can see, the rubric right here for your gifted mentor is right here on the screen. Actually, if I can highlight this part, if it will. That is your rubric section you'll need to have printed for them. You give it to them as they're watching the presentation you're giving, and then you upload this to as part of your PDF of everything else. The 4 items must be together as one PDF when you upload it. All right. As you can see on the rubric, it covers all the assigned tasks with content. There's organization and attractiveness, the presentation itself, the handout, as well as the narrative section. So all of those components create your point values for this assignment. So make sure that you look at your rubrics, please, while you're completing this. All right. And let me go back quickly to module 4, because we skipped that little section that Miss Nancy was going to cover in module 4. But there are 4 items here. Using video and web resources along with your newly acquired knowledge of characteristics of the gifted child, create a digital presentation for your admin, faculty, peers in your department, parents, explaining what they need to know about gifted children, including research from theorists that you've studied, their characteristics and traits, the subpopulation information, and any other information you feel is necessary. Use some kind of digital medium for your choice to present your work. It may be a Google slide, it may be a Prezi presentation. Get creative. We want to see what you can create in order to present this to whomever you choose to present it to at your schools. These 2 must observe your presentation in some form or fashion, the mentor and the principal, because they have to sign and be part of the rubric. So make sure that you plan ahead to where they can actually be part of your presentation. Number 2, you're creating a handout to go with the presentation. Don't just click, if you create a PowerPoint, don't just print that PowerPoint template. We want to see how creative you can get and what are your selection pieces that you want to put on just like a 1-page handout, something like an outline of what you're going to discuss during your presentation. You'll need a written reflection or narrative description of the presentation afterwards. And this is after you present. You actually write that up. What did you cover? Who came? How many were there at the meeting? What was the response of your audience for what you covered? What could have you done better? All right, so that's part of that narrative. It's almost like a reflection narrative, all right, of what you covered. And number 4, upload your paper summarizing your work along with with answering the questions above. Also upload your presentation in Canvas here on module 8, all right, where it's asking you to upload. You will have several weeks to get this ready for submission. Remember, we actually start you to do that in module 4. So you've got 4 through module 9 in order to get all of that completed by those due dates. All right, so just watch your time when you're doing that. But your mentor, teacher, and your principal will need to be present for the presentation. These 2 will grade your presentation for you, so make sure you print one out for your mentor with that rubric, and as well as one for your principal. And those 2 pieces of paper will be part of your PDF that you will put all this information together to upload. All right. Okay, and I believe that is everything. This is the announcement section. This is where probably our 2 links now of our meetings will be put for you to come back and reread or re-watch, as well as any important announcements that we send out regarding some of the assignments or anything related to the course at all. Right. So very quickly, I think I only have a few minutes left. So if we have only a 30-minute section here, so let me stop presenting or sharing, and hopefully I have answered the majority of your questions. Let's see if I can see any questions in the chat that I have not covered quickly. We talked about the remind already. Can you resubmit the invitation to Canvas. I'll look at that one, right? Lee County, okay. And let's see, are we turning in the permission forms? All right, great question about permission forms. No, you hold on to those. And you do not have to put a PDF and send me all of those permission forms, but you do have to keep them on file at your school. Great question. Yes. All right. And do you have the date for the exam in May? We have not got us a specific date, but when we do, we'll let you know well in advance. Right there at the very beginning of course 3, we'll definitely have that. But if we get it before then, we'll let you know. Yes. All right. And I just got in, let's see, how many hours of observation need to be completed. If you go back to the handbook, it's 40 hours in all right, but in the handbook, you will see that in course 1, let's go back to that actually quickly if I can. Let me see if I can share my screen one more time. If you go to modules and go down to field experience log 9.2, all right, you'll see the field experience log here. There are 3 columns, all right, and on these 3 columns, you can see that there are only 4 hours for the first course, all right, so it's not too much. And some of this 2 hours is the 2 classrooms you have to observe, and then the collection of all of the parent permission forms, we're calling that basically one of your pieces there, as well as the interview of the gifted students for those particular hours. So make sure that and this one actually needs to be an updated one. We'll come back and update this one to the other. I believe the other is in this document. As here it is right here. All right, as you will see, there's 2 hours. There's 1 hour here for the collecting the items, and then the interview of an hour. So there's a total of 4 for course 1. As you will see, course 2 has 13 hours and 23 hours in the last one because we're doing a case study. And a lot of that will be your time putting the case study together. All right. So as you will see too, many of your assignments deals with the time that's put in for lots of your experience log pieces. Okay. All right. Great questions there. And let's go back to the chat if I can pull that up again. All right, is there a code for the Remind app? It is in Canvas, and it should be uploaded on that first course piece as right before module number 1. All right, and if there are no more questions, we will make sure that we go back. I think I logged in, but answering this, but can we share mentors? All right, that was a question that came up earlier. I believe you can share mentors, but make sure that your mentor understands that they have to have enough time in order to invest in both teachers or more than one. All right, as long as that mentor agrees and your principal agrees to that would be great. All right, are we able to work ahead on your coursework? Absolutely. Yes, you can certainly work ahead on your coursework and get those things done ahead of time. All right, and I think that's it on the questions. All right, if not, I appreciate your patience with the Zooms today, and we will get started, and you can certainly get started now. A couple of things to remember is go back and join the Remind if you can, and go back to module number 1 tonight, and underneath the Gifted Mentor contract, it's a candidate pre-assessment of dispositions. If you'll come here tonight, please, and go ahead and complete this. This is a Google form for Miss Jana Pease Blossom as well as Miss Jennifer Majors. This is sort of like a pre-test before we actually begin our course. So what do you know kind of things. All right, so rate yourself, if you will, here, please. And we call that the dispositions. So make sure that you do that tonight. That's under 1.1 Gifted Mentor Contract, and get that completed. And make sure you get your Gifted Mentor signatures uploaded as well. That is an assignment to complete. And I think that was about it. All right, let us know. Let Miss Nancy Slocum know, or myself know, if you have any questions whatsoever. And we'll be reaching out to our own cohorts or groups on here to make sure that you know the correct reminds, as well as any other information coming. All right, if not, I will see you all later. Thank you for joining.
Hi, we do have a question,
Absolutely.
Miss Jones.
Sure. What might that be? Are you there?
Yeah, so Miss Jones, if there's not a mentor at our school, what is protocol?
All right. If there's not a mentor at your school, if you do not have a gifted teacher at your school, get with your principal, as well as probably email either me or Miss Nancy Slocum, whoever may be your group cohort instructor. And between all of us, we can figure one out. If one of us needs to be that person, we can certainly do that too. Okay. But be in direct contact so we can go ahead and fill out that form for you and upload it too. Okay. All right. But yes, great question. All right. If there's no others, I think that's it for tonight. Any other questions? I'll stay on just for a moment if needed, but if not, we're done. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Miss Jones, this is Miss Rocks. Hi.
Hi.
How soon will you be able to resend it? I don't know. I thought I had it because I have an account from Southwest Georgia. I thought I had it, but how soon will you be able to send it?
Don't, I will look at that tonight before I leave, as well
Okay.
and see if and it won't be me resending anything. Jennifer Majors may have to resend that. That goes
Okay.
directly to her. Do check your email, and I sent this out, I think, to a couple of people today. It's whatever email you signed up in a Scriptica for. So if it's not your school email, it may be the other. Okay.
Okay, because I
So
checked the other one and I didn't see it.
it'll come from Canvas, though. It won't come from me or Miss Majors or anything like that. It'll come from the company Canvas. So you may want to go in your email and search for Canvas, that
Okay.
word Canvas or invitation or a Scriptica, and see if that will help too. Okay.
Yeah, I've searched for it. I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Definitely if you don't hear from me today, reach out again and email me, and we'll make sure we get you in there. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Sounds good. You're welcome.
What is Miss Major's first name?
Miss Majors, Jennifer Majors. It's J Majors at SWREAS, RESA.org. Okay. If I can get my
Okay,
letters
I
right.
got it. And I'll
Yes.
send her an email and reach out to her. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good deal.
Hmm.
All right. And we are,
Hello.
yes. All right. You
Will
got a
we
question?
receive will we receive this recording
Yes,
of
you
this
will.
meeting?
Well, you'll probably
Okay.
receive two of them now, but yes, if I can try to put them together, I'm going to try, but I'll
Oh,
probably
no
send it to you
problem.
two different
Two
ways.
will be fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
thank
going to try
you.
to do that before I leave tonight. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, Miss Jones,
Yes.
Cheryl Thompson. I'm sorry. Every time it beeps, my dog, it dings, my dog goes crazy.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
I was the one who asked you about the dates of the exam.
In
Um,
May. Yep.
yes.
We never
If
actually put that on our calendar yet, but we know it's probably going to be that first week in May sometime.
the first week of May.
It will be.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Well,
we'll
I just,
probably
I
offer a
just
couple
wasn't.
of different things as well. Okay, so because we understand that people have things in the afternoons, that sort of thing, and we'll probably
Okay.
offer something during the school day too. So just as an
Okay.
option, but you're welcome. But we haven't
Thank you.
nailed that down yet, so don't hold me to that yet. So
That's fine. I was concerned that it was offered once and you had to be in person if I was out of the country that day on a plan. This date's been planned over a year. So I just was
gotcha.
making sure.
Oh
Thank
no,
you.
and it would be that week, wouldn't it? I'm sorry.
I really do not need it to be that week.
I
And then
know.
my
I'm
second
sorry.
question, I'm sorry, I had my
Uh-huh.
video off because my dog was barking. My
That's okay.
second question was with the hours, the first is 4 hours, the second
Right.
was 12, and then the other one was 23. Is that all before the November date, or was part of that included next
That will be in the date for course one. All right, will
for
be four
course one?
hours.
That's what I
Okay.
wasn't sure of.
Yes, and two of those hours are basically assignment hours. So you just whenever they're complete, you get your gifted mentor and your principal to look and see, hey, I completed this stuff. Will you sign this for me? Kind of thing.
Okay, so course one over by what date? That's what you
Um,
just went through is all of course one.
yes, I want to say by the oh gosh. If I were to look back, I'd have to pull it up online. Let's see.
I just wanted to make sure with the 3 columns, we're
Mhm.
only in the first column for those hours, correct?
Yes, we're
At
only in
this
the first
point in
column right
time.
now. Yes.
Okay, that's what I was like. I didn't understand
Only
how
the
we
first
were
column
getting
right now.
the rest of those. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
And
I just
honestly,
want to
if you
make sure
look
I
at
understood that.
the assignments, the last due date of when your key assessment is, that's the last day of the class. So yeah, all that will have to
Okay.
be by then. Okay.
Thank you so
Everything's on
much.
everything's on Canvas. Yes. Mhm.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. All right. And perfect. All right, good job. And for everyone too, I will now go and wait for these 2 links to appear in my email, and I will see if I can put them on your assignment section. And if Miss Nancy Slocum wants to go through, I'm going to send her the links and go through. If there's any other things that we need to put together or say, we'll do another quick video and link it on there too. All right, so no worries. Enjoy tonight. Thanks.